Have you ever felt misunderstood, stuck in your thoughts, or like no one truly gets you? What if the key to breaking through those barriers can be found in astrology? Specifically, Mercury, the planet of communication. Let's explore how Mercury shapes the way we think, speak, and connect, and how it can transform your mental health. Welcome to Mental Health and Astrology, where worlds come together. I'm Sander de Bot, therapist and astrologer, and I'm happy that you're here. Every week, we explore how astrology and self-awareness can help us navigate life's challenges, build stronger connections, and nurture our mental well-being. Whether you're new to astrology or a seasoned astrologer, there's always something to discover. This week, we're diving into Mercury as the key to communication and mental health. So, grab a drink, settle in, and let's explore the cosmos together. Good communication is crucial for our mental health. It allows us to express our needs, share our emotions, and connect with others. It helps us resolve conflicts, prevent misunderstandings, and build a strong sense of self-worth. On the other hand, poor communication can lead to stress, anxiety, frustration, or even depression by feeling isolated and misunderstood. It can damage relationships and undermine our sense of well-being. But what if that communication is difficult? What if we struggle to express ourselves clearly or to truly understand others? In astrology, there is a planet that symbolizes communication, Mercury. This planet governs our thinking, speaking, listening, and the way we process information. In this video, we'll delve deeper into the meaning of Mercury and how this planet influences our communication style. We'll explore how effective communication contributes to our mental health, and we'll share practical exercises to improve your communication skills. Let's dive into the world of Mercury together. Mercury is the planet closest to the Sun and moves through the zodiac the fastest. In astrology, Mercury symbolizes everything related to communication, thinking, speech, writing, and processing information in a logical way. It's all about how quickly ideas and information flow in our lives. In the old astrological books, it's the messenger of the gods sending ideas and information. Just as the sun, moon, and ascendant give us a unique character and temperament as a human being, the position of Mercury in our natal chart influences our personal communication style. So let's take a look at the astrological connection. Mercury rules two zodiac signs, Gemini and Virgo. Gemini is an air sign known for its curiosity, adaptability, and communication. It's about getting information, analyzing, sorting things out, and sharing with others. They love exploring ideas, making connections, and embracing the duality of life. Gemini has a drive for intellectual stimulation and the exchange of information, always seeking to learn and share. Virgo is an earth sign associated with practicality, precision, and service. It's about refining skills, organizing chaos, and striving for perfection in both work and daily life. Virgo's focus is on self improvement, health, and helping others through thoughtful, grounded actions. Both signs are critical thinkers and they love to analyze numbers and words. Where Mercury was located at the time of your birth provides insights in how you think, speak, listen, and process information. When Mercury is placed in these signs, the energy to communicate, analyze, and use words or numbers will be strongly available. Let's see how Mercury is working out in other signs. Mercury in Scorpio. This placement brings depth and intensity. Scorpios with Mercury here are analytical, great at uncovering hidden truth, and tend to communicate with purpose and precision. This can indicate a deeper, more intense, and penetrating way of communicating. These people are often analytical and good at keeping secrets. Mercury in Taurus, these communicators value clarity and reliability. They prefer concrete facts over ambiguity and are patient, practical, and deliberate in their speech. While not the quickest thinkers, their ideas are often well thought out and grounded. This often indicates a practical, concrete, and patient way of communicating. These people like facts and they are reliable in their communication. Mercury in Pisces. Here, Mercury is in its fall. Mercury likes to think clear, but in Pisces it can sometimes be a bit foggy. These people tend to dream, are busy with spiritual concepts, or have highly romantic ideals as an artist or writer. The energy can be hard to focus since it's always drifting away. Although this can be difficult, this is not a bad position. It depends on the natal chart and the way you use the energy. It can be harder to focus on hard numbers and analyzing facts, but it can be great for a scriptwriter or someone in the film industry. It's important to remember that these are just general descriptions and many other factors play a role. By examining your own Mercury placement, you can gain more insight into your strengths and weaknesses in the area of communication. This self knowledge is essential for communicating more effectively and building better relationships. It also helps you to better understand the communication style of others and respond accordingly. In the end, self awareness is the first step toward growth. And then we have the Mercury retrograde, a term you may have heard before. This is a period when Mercury appears to move backwards from Earth's perspective. In astrology, this period is often associated with delays, misunderstanding, and problems in communication. It's not the ideal time to sign important contracts or make major decisions. However, it is a good time for reflection, revision, and completing old projects. And here you see something that happens more. Every downside has its upside. It's all about using the energy in a way that it will support you the most. It's important to remember that Mercury isn't just about speaking, but also about listening, understanding, and processing information. It's about the entire communication cycle. Okay, so Mercury is the planet of communication, intellect, and curiosity, and plays a vital role in how we think, learn, and express ourselves. When the energy of Mercury is balanced, it fosters clear thinking, effective communication, and mental agility. But when it's out of balance, it can lead to overthinking, miscommunication, and in the end, mental exhaustion. Let's explore what a healthy and what an imbalanced Mercury energy look like and how they impact your mental health. A healthy Mercury energy is like a well oiled machine. It's sharp, it's efficient, and adaptable. When the energy symbolized by Mercury is balanced, you can think clearly and logically, which means that you can express your thoughts and feelings clearly in a conversation. You are able to communicate effectively and will use humor and wit to connect with others. You will stay curious and open to new ideas and enjoy learning new skills or exploring new topics. And you will adapt easily to change, which means that you can solve problems in a creative and efficient way. And this way, you are also able to manage stress with mental resilience, so you can stay organized and focused even under pressure. On the other hand, an imbalanced Mercury energy can feel like a tangled web. It's chaotic, overwhelming, and often leaves you feeling mentally drained. When Mercury energy is out of balance, you might overthink or obsess over details, which means you can get stuck in a cycle of overanalyzing decisions or not making a decision at all. Or maybe you struggle to express yourself clearly, which leads to miscommunications about your thoughts, causing misunderstandings or conflicts. It can lead to feeling scattered or unfocused or being overwhelmed by too much information or too many tasks. And yet another way of exposing an imbalanced Mercury energy is by becoming overly critical or judgmental to yourself or others, leading to negativity. In an extreme way, you can experience anxiety, mental fatigue, or burnout from constant mental activity without enough rest. So, an imbalanced Mercury energy can take a toll on your mental health. Chronic overthinking or miscommunications can lead to stress, anxiety, or feelings of isolation. On the other hand, when your mind is clear and your communication is effective, you are more likely to feel confident, capable, and emotionally balanced. A healthy use of the Mercury energy helps you to navigate life's challenges with ease and maintain a positive outlook. The bigger picture here is that balancing your Mercury energy isn't about being a communication expert. It's about being aware of your own mental patterns and taking steps to stay clear and focused. By cultivating healthy communication, staying curious, and managing stress, you can create a life filled with mental clarity and emotional balance. It's all about recognizing when your mind is overactive or blocked and taking steps to calm down and focus it. It's important to remember that communication starts with an exchange of words, but in reality, it's the bridge between ourselves and the world around us. It's the foundation of how we connect with others. It profoundly influences how we feel, how we form relationships, and how we cope with stress and challenges. Think, for example, of situations where you don't feel heard, where you constantly argue with loved ones, or where you are afraid to express your opinion. This can lead to feelings of loneliness, frustration, anxiety, insecurity, and even depression. Misunderstandings arise, conflicts escalate, and relationships can be damaged. Luckily, good communication can have a positive impact on our mental health. By communicating clearly and honestly, we can prevent misunderstandings, resolve conflicts, and build stronger relationships. Effective communication is a skill you can cultivate. Practicing assertiveness in your communication by expressing your needs and boundaries respectfully gives you more self confidence and control over your own life. Meanwhile, empathetic listening, where we put ourselves in the other's shoes, promotes understanding and connection, showing others that they are truly valued by you. With that, it creates a safe space for honest expression. When we feel heard and understood, we experience more support, connection, and a sense of belonging. This contributes to a positive self image, less stress, and better overall mental health. Good communication is therefore not only important for our relationships, but also for our own well being. Now, let's do a practical exercise to improve your communication, inspired by the energy of Mercury. We are going to focus on active listening. So, choose a conversation partner. This can be a friend, a family member, or a colleague. And now focus on the speaker. Give the speaker your full attention and avoid distractions like your phone or other thoughts. Just listen to what the speaker has to tell you and try to listen actively. Try not only to hear the words, but also the emotions and the message behind the words. And when you did this exercise before, you can improve this part by also taking note of the body language while the speaker is talking. Does it tell the same story as the words that are spoken, or is it a different story? After the speaker has finished, summarize in your own words what you have heard. This gives the speaker the opportunity to confirm whether you have understood correctly. In the end, ask open questions that encourage the speaker to elaborate and share more details about the subject. Avoid closed questions that can only be answered with yes or no. My own way of handling this exercise is to be truly aware of my own thoughts and judgments. I try to put these aside for a moment to fully concentrate on the speaker. I pay attention to my body language, make eye contact, and show that I'm listening. After summarizing, I often ask questions like, have I understood correctly? Or is this an answer to your question? In this way, I create an open and respectful communication environment. Maybe you have other ways that are working also, or maybe you find it difficult to communicate. Want to try without doing anything wrong? Let me know in the comments, and you are already busy with communication. Practice make perfect. By doing this exercise frequently, you will notice that your communication skill improve and that you can make better connections with others. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the astrology of our mind with this week Mercury and its way of connecting by communication. We've seen how this planet influences our thoughts, words, and connections, and how improving communication can enhance our mental health, and how important effective communication is for our mental health. We've also seen that Mercury is about listening, understanding, and processing information. It's a key to better relationships, more self confidence, and a greater sense of well being. Whether we're exploring the energy from planets or diving into the depth of mental health, my goal is to help you feel more connected, understood, and empowered in your daily life. If today's message resonated with you, then share your thoughts of this video by leaving a comment. And if this was your first time on this channel, welcome. Press that subscribe button, ring the notification bell to relieve some pressure and never miss insights about the astrology of mental health again. Together we can navigate our lives and the challenge of it with clarity and compassion. Next week we will discuss Venus in relationship with yourself, so be sure to tune in again. Until next time, and please remember, astrology is a wonderful guide, but it's your own choice that shape your path. Take care of your heart and mind, stay healthy, see you next week.